Last time on Fate Extra. How about cutting their heads off? That does not sound very entertaining. Why would you suggest that, small child? That would hurt! Why do you seem so happy about that? Huh? Why don't you just dot down a memo somewhere, like on your hand or something? Read aloud that nonsense you wrote on your hand. Francis Xavier! I don't know why I don't know why I wrote Francis Xavier above my name. God, I'm a horrible person to myself. God, I tricked myself. I really wanted to play a little more, but bye-bye. Greetings, my beautiful viewers. I am the Hunter of Comedy, and welcome back to Fate Extra. So, last time, we dealt with Alice. She's gone now. Hopefully she can finally rest in peace, and it's sad that such a young life was snuffed out like that, but there's not much else we can do about it. So now we have finished the third round, and now we're gonna be proceeding to what comes after the third round, which is very interesting. The air is tense. The tension in the air reminds me of how it feels when an opponent pairing is announced. My pairing hasn't been announced, however I recognize the two girls in front of the bulletin board. The girl in red is Rin Tosaka, and the other is a girl the same age as Rin, or a little older. Girls size each other up, and, without a word, each glances away from the other. One of these two girls will die. That is what fate has decided. And I get to choose which one of them I want to save, because I somehow get to do that, because the game, that's just what happens. I'm excited for it. Rin Tosaka and Rani the Eighth are equally powerful. I can only gain from one taking the other out. How did he get so much shorter than me? Seriously, how did he get so much shorter than me? I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. He walks over to the bulletin after the two have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit. Without a single glance this way, they leave. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. I honestly wonder who canonically would have won, because in the, in the anime that came out, they made it like a draw and everything, which I think is kind of stupid, but, you know, hey. Oh, I'm saving again. Oh, I literally just saved, and now I guess I'm saving again. Now, typically this is a point where you would make, like, a separate save for, like, the two different routes and everything, but I'm going to, if I do the New Game Plus to show you the extra dungeon and everything, then I'll just pick the other route when I do the New Game Plus. The moment I see Rin Tosaka, I know the time has come. Her body language is as aloof as ever, but I can see the focus in her gaze. Today's the day they fight. One of them will die. I guess not everyone fights at the same time, I guess? I thought everyone was fighting at the same time in the same week, but apparently not. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Julius. That's nothing unusual, but it worries me for some reason. What Julius said in front of the bulletin board about Rin and Ronnie's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it would be a good idea to track down Julius. Maybe he's got some juice for us. You know, Orange Julius. Oh, no one outside of America is probably going to get that. Anyway, from outside the multimedia room, I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about a program's code. I knew it. The firewall around the battlefield is just too strong. The security is highest there. I sense him moving and shuffle away from the door in a panic. There's nowhere to hide. It's you. Hi! Hello! You look very angry. His aura of murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he's tried to kill me in the past, Julius doesn't seem to register my existence. Oh joy! Maybe I'm not worth it for him to suffer yet another penalty for fighting outside the arena. The multimedia room is a bit larger than the regular classrooms. At the front of the room is a screen. Instead of a ceiling projector, there's an old-fashioned film projector. That's odd. Could be here all the time for all I know. I never visit this room. That device has been rewrought, and recently. My servant is right. The film projector seems to be warping the very air, data around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purpose? As I reach out to inspect it. Whoa! Code numbers. Empty? Mod 999. Blaze Blue? Hey, Blaze Blue! Like, the reason that's funny to me is, this came out well before, I think, Axis Games got the Blaze Blue game and localized it, so maybe that's just an Easter egg that they got it, and that was, an Easter egg they put in here at the time. I don't know. Weird. When I touched it, sparks went flying in my brain. I think I was attacked by some program. But although it makes me dizzy, the effect passes immediately. I don't think it did any damage. Wonder what it was. Somehow I don't think it was Julius's doing. I'm pulled from my reverie by the earth-splitting sounds of a weapon. Someone means business. I brace myself thinking Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. Then suddenly an image emblazons itself on my brain. Ronnie, next to her slim form is a giant servant. Facing them are Rin Tosaka and her servant. This must be an elimination battle between the two of them. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images of the battle onto the screen. Well, this is pretty cool to see someone else's elimination battle, you know? Oh, damn! This is a pretty cool, fight. And it's, Lubu and, Kukulane. Oh, damn. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in the war like this, where information is crucial to survival. Goes without saying that it's a total violation of the rules, but I'd expect nothing less of Julius. In any case, why did Julius leave halfway through? Was that his plan, or did something go wrong? Leave your speculations for later, Master. You would do well to observe this splendid fight. My servant draws my attention to the screen. Rin and Ronnie are facing each other. The forms of their servants can't be made out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se, it's more like there's a masking effect overlaid to hide them. Even with that security measure, I can tell both surgeons wield long shafts. They're both lancers then. My eyes only see the sparks from their lances as each thrusts, parries, swipes, and defends. Ronnie's servant seems massively powerful, but Reams isn't giving an inch. Either one could win. The owner of the Red Lance will win this. It is a classic David and Goliath situation. Saber declares Rin's victory, seemingly arbitrarily. The servants are equally matched, but that girl has more creativity at her disposal, so she will win. She is better able to exploit her enemy's weaknesses. She wields her brain as if it were a blade itself. The darker-skinned girl realizes, but does not have the cleverness to counter. It must frustrate her. We notices she's winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. On the other hand, there is a hint of alarm on Ronnie's otherwise expressionless, face. And then, the clash suddenly stops. I can't make out what's going on, but I can tell that there is space between the two opponents now. One who backed off was Ronnie. Her servant contorts and starts gathering energy. Even through the blurry screen, I can tell an inordinate amount of power is being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return the chases and life you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite. Helm to the northern sky. Mode, Osiris. Continuation of duties deemed impossible. In case of failure, self-destruct along with the moon. Performing final directive. Wait, what? Alice Homunculi can pull off crazy stuff like that? You fool, this isn't something to self-destruct over! After taking a beating from Rin, Ronnie must be intending to use her last resort. Never mind Rin, wouldn't that liquefy the entire arena? She used her command seal. It's a trump card you can only use twice in the entirety of the war, and Ronnie just used one. No, her command seal isn't what's causing this horrendous power to well up from within her. Her heart is a kiln on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Ronnie's body was built with a capacity to overload like this. Damn. Your magic circuits are at critical convergence. You don't need to throw your white life away like this. Ooh-wee! A kamikaze, huh? Oh. I gotta say, I love Lancer. Lancer is awesome. He's Kukulane. He's cool. A kamikaze, huh? What do you do now that she's stolen your patented move, master of mine? Rin's servant addresses her with a flippant tone, totally unsuited to the intensity of the situation. That's old news. Save the jokes for later, Lancer. If she's serious, then we need to go all out. Her heart's made of etherlight. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her to the core with your noble phantasm. Oh, I like it when you're desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Rin's command, Lancer takes a stance and gathers his strength. It builds and builds until... the next attack will settle the battle. They will not have time to resort to their command seals. Even the victor will suffer greatly. It is possible that both contenders will end up perishing. As Saber cuts herself off, she looks directly at me and says in an annoyed tone of voice, "What is that strange look upon your face? Do not tell me you are thinking of saving them!" Didn't realize I was telegraphing my emotions. But, more importantly, what did my servant just say? It's like, that's not possible. We're watching it through TV. I can't just reach into the TV and save people. If I could, no best girl would ever die. Like, seriously, just thinking about it. Like, any Danganronpa game, just like, nope, I think I'm gonna stop that from happening. Just reach in, boink, nope, I save them. Could there be some way to save them? It sounds like there might be, but Saber wasn't enthusiastic. Yes, indeed there is. I intend to keep it to myself, yet I find you dragging it out of me. Although reluctant, the young blonde servant points to my left hand and my command seals. So long as this screen connects to where they are, you may save either one of them. But their location is walled off. I would require the assistance of a command seal to transit there. So it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracles happen. I would need one seal to get there, and possibly a second to survive once there. We could lose 2 seals. Wipe that look off your face. I cannot believe I must ask this. But I will ask anyway. Do you truly intend to save one of those girls? Ah, you do. I get the choice. And I'm sorry for anyone who is a fan of Ronnie, but I'm definitely going with Rin. I love Rin. Rin is amazing, and that is who I am choosing. Ronnie's gonna self-destruct any second. I'm going to listen to my heart and save Rin. My servant springs into action with no sign of disapproval. Time is of the essence. Power surges through my feet, electrifying the floor electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around me. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. My servant leaps toward it, and the world melts into streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles where the command seal burned off. When I open my eyes, I find myself in the arena! We are super cheating right now! Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Literally! The air sparks as the arena begins to melt around Ronnie. Ronnie knows why I'm intruding on her fight, and blatant hostility is poured upon me. We don't stand a chance. Praetor, use a command seal if you want to survive. If we cannot last even a round, if we can last even a round, we can escape when the Seraph's force termination activates. Alrighty. I'm not going to use it because you actually don't have to. There's a method to win this. And that is literally to use your lowest skills until the last one. Because I remember that the last one was like, I think it's their Noble Phantasm. So I just have to block that one. See? Alright, and then I just have to survive this. Fallible bow! Oh, shit! Yay! I survived! Yeah, Seraph's just stopping the battle. In response to a third party's intervention, the Seraph drops a wall between the enemy servants. That's it. This is my chance to rescue Rin. No, we were too slow. That girl will self-destruct before the Seraph forces a withdrawal. We won't make it. Even the protective wall between us and Ronnie can't contain the force of her blast. Saber, Rin, and myself will be evaporated instantaneously. Suppose I don't have a choice. Looks like I'm the only one who can do something about this. Oh, Lancer! Ah, Ku, I love you, man! It happens in the blink of an eye. With a curse, Rin's servant dashes toward Ronnie. Like a blue comet, he zooms through the wall, even as the enemy servant's spear rakes across his right side. Lancer! Hey, little girls like you shouldn't play with big girl toys! I've accepted my own fate, but I can't be at peace with it if you threaten those I want to protect! Through a storm of flashes in the overheated air, the lance continues unerringly, running Ronnie through. Ooh, the red lance's barbs scour the flesh from her ribs as it pushes in and through. Caught in the lance as it falls to the ground is a heart and a lung system, constructed of opal. Interesting. Time. Per regulations, a forced withdrawal will now be performed on Hakuno Kishi. Everything happens at once. The heart explodes behind me, creating a massive shockwave of data corruption. The world is crumbling, but I am holding Rin's hand. Ronnie's large servant collapses around her, protecting his fallen master from the wave of data. And then... Damn it. Ugh. Bastard took off my damn right side. Yeah. Cut cleanly down the right half of his body, the blue-clad servant sits alone before the wave of data. It is hopeless for him. He has no time to get help, and eventually, with that wound... Don't worry about me. This is the reality of the battlefield. We do what we can, little lady. At least, I'm grateful my master was able to survive. Now, I just need to work on finding ways to defend people without getting myself killed. Oh, God, I love him! My lady master is gonna be livid. It's your job to calm her down in my place, okay? Oh, it's so great! That wisecracking smile suddenly disappears into white. Oh, damn. I come to in the multimedia room. The command seal on my left hand is now smaller, but my exhausted servant and Rin are by my side. Where am I? You... Why? Those words are all she can manage. She blacks out. The intense battle, followed by the rapid acceleration of teleportation, must have completely drained her. The film projector has gone still, and the screen is dark. I am surprised we do not face harsh punishments for this. Rin was taken to the nurse's office after she collapsed. She's still asleep when I pay a visit. According to the doctor, she woke up earlier feeling okay. I'll wait until she wakes up again. Come to think of it, I haven't heard a peep out of my servant in a while. They must be angry. No shit! No shit, you think? Naturally, you fool! Why have you shown compassion to that woman? You turn my stomach. Be gone from my sight! You're only supposed to love me and no one else! She's never been so openly hostile towards me before. She must be very angry about what I did. Wait, I heard her say that she admires kindness before. Why is she so angry at me for showing compassion? Don't be ridiculous! I only enjoy when leniency is bestowed upon me, not when it is given to others. That makes all the sense in the world for her. Ah, I get it. She's just so imperialist that I don't dare criticize her. Saber brews in angry silence. Nearly a half hour later, Rin finally wakes up. You! What were you thinking? Rin goes from comatose to bitch in 3 seconds flat! Comatose to bitch! Oh, I love it. You're a participant in the Holy Grail War too! Why would you do something moronic like save me? And don't give me nonsense about me being about to die. My victory was right around the corner. Except that she was gonna blow up and take you both with him. So, I guess that's why it always ends in a draw, is that Rin is technically better, but Ronnie has that backup plan, so... Ronnie's self-destruct was bad news, but Lancer was capable of stopping her and her servant. Hey, let me see your command seals. Huh. So you did use one. I figured as much. Don't you regret using it? Seeing as how you're handicapped for future fights now? I already know she's prideful and her servant warned me. Still, I didn't think she'd be so damn angry at me for helping. What are you staying quiet for? Do you regret what you've done or not? I have zero regrets! You are laying here alive in front of me, Rin. That the possibility of you stroking my face is once again a possibility. Therefore, no regrets! No regrets! As long as you touch me, everything is good. You still don't get it, do you? This war is unforgiving. I am very aware. If I die, that's just gonna happen. But I'm gonna fight the war the way I fucking want to. There's no cure for idiocy. I'd be an idiot to say thanks to an idiot like you. Okay. Maybe someday you'll say thank you. I worked really hard to save you. She grumbles irritably, thanking me in her own way, I think. I don't think that was a thank you. Well, whatever. Still doesn't sit well with me, but you have my gratitude. Thanks. Alright. That's enough of that. On to the main issue. There's a main issue? I left the arena before my win or loss was confirmed, so my command seals are intact. By the same token, without a win, I have effectively dropped out of the tournament. Get it? I'm an anomaly in the system now, disconnected from the logic of the Holy Grail War. Rin displays her hand. The command seals are still there, but they have turned gray in color. Honestly, even if I'd won, it would have been significant. Would have taken significant damage and loss in one of the next fights. This way, I still have a chance. I may no longer be able to attain the Holy Grail, but I can defeat Leo. Although I would have preferred to fight to the end with Lancer. No, I can't think like that. Anyway, what you did may have been a stroke of genius. Don't get me wrong, no way am I praising you for being reckless. I think you are definitely praising me for being reckless, and I will take it. Please, praise me more. I am like Nero right now. Praise me more! More praise! Praise me, senpai! Either she's embarrassed or still kind of mad, but her expression morphs into a pout. It was worth saving her just to see that expression. But if I told her that, she'd probably yell at me again, though. Not to mention, Saber would get hella jelly and she would, like, slap me across the face. And I might die. Okay, on to the next issue. There's a next issue? Was everything up until now not important to Miss Rin Tosaka? To be honest, I've had enough. What are you saying? I wanted to thank you, and I thanked you. I'd just like to discuss a crucial topic. Is it okay with you? How'd you disrupt the battle? The elimination battle's firewall should have been impervious, even with a command seal. Trying to break through the firewall would have caused the system to fry your brain. And the Seraph attack program. I remember having to deal with it at first, but it doesn't seem to affect me anymore. That can't be right. Even if your body is safe, your brain wouldn't be able to handle the strain. Oh, speaking of which, aren't you... I mean... Look of shock washes over her face, leaving an expression of confusion in its wake. Never mind, I was just thinking out loud. Forget I said anything. Anyway, don't try any more idiotic moves. The sheriff won't allow you to get away with it twice. I figured that. Her warning delivered, Rin begins to rise off the bed, then stops as if something just occurred to her. Hey, does the name Twice Peaceman ring a bell by any chance? They mentioned him at the very beginning in the prologue when they talked about a history lesson. That's about all, that's about it. Twice? I can't recall hearing that name. Who names their child Twice? Like literally, the word twice. Who names their child Twice? That is just a horrible name. Or is it Tuisei? No, it would be twice. I'm not saying Tuisei, that's stupid. I might have heard the name before, but why bring him up now?
So,
No reason, really. You kind of remind me of him. Never mind, just forget I asked. After saying that, she drifts off into her own thoughts. Nighttime! Oh, Saber's plum tuckered again. Oh, I did kind of do something really stupid there. But you know what? You know what? I saved Rin. And that's kind of all I care about. It's true, though. It's kind of all I care about. Ooh. Power corrupts. It does. And yet humans pray for the power that inevitably leads them astray. Even in a world with no strife, humans disrupt harmony for power. Why is that? I don't know. Monstrosity and telekinetic lunging. Huh. We are in the 4th week. 16 people are left. Oh my god. Compared to when we started, holy fuckballs. Next combatants will be announced on the 2nd floor bulletin board. Alrighty. It's the 4th such notice, and the bell that signals the 7th day countdown to my next battle sounds. It begins again. My hands are stained with the blood of 3 people, and I still remain. I've even taken the life of a child. Master or not, Alice was just a young girl. Wonder if I deserve to be alive. What is my reason for continuing on? Shinji was determined to survive until the end, even as he screamed in panic that he didn't want to die. Though Dan was true of heart, he died still believing that every battle had true meaning. And Alice, who was just lonely. A lost little child who only wanted someone to play with. The one who overcame them all and took their lives in the process was me, using my servant as a weapon. I wonder if my purpose is enough to compensate for taking their lives. My purpose. To avoid death. As for what Dan said, that he wanted me to find some meaning in my battles. Could I really find something like that inside myself when I don't even know who or what I am? Even if the memories that were erased before the prelims were to return, could I find it within me? To find meaning in any of my fights. Oh boy, well that got heavy there for a second now, didn't it? And now I'm gonna meet my next opponent. Oh no, I remember now. Next to my name, on a big white sheet of paper, is my opponent's name, written large. Master, Lil Ronnie. Oh god. Battlefield 4th Chimeric Lunar Sea. Oh no, I remember this. Oh no. Anyone who has a fear of clowns, this is your warning. This is your warning to run. This is my next opponent? Before I can further ponder the strange name, a nasty case of the chills runs up my spine. Someone definitely has me in their sights, but I don't think they mean to kill me at the moment. Ah! Oh my god, that's so creepy. It's like Pennywise, but so much worse. Curly red hair, clown makeup, and costume. Awkward, gangly figure. Why does this ring a bell? Yeah, it reminds me of a smiley mascot I saw in a newspaper ad for a hamburger joint. I think they're talking about McDonald's. This clown isn't happy, not at all. Her beady eyes glint dark and slimy like a snake's.
Yeah, I like you. Super duper. Super duper. You look yummy.
My opponent mutters to herself, swaying to and fro in a bizarre dance as she leaves. Oh my god. Oh, nope, 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 nope. This is not cool. So that is the visage of a jester these days. No, it is not! That is definitely not what that is! Amusing. Perhaps this jester will make our duel entertaining. I don't think that's gonna happen, Saber. I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't. With the announcement of my opponent, the prep period begins, but I can't bring myself to care. Ha ha! What the hell am I? Why am I here? Why did I end up as a master in the Holy Grail War? These three questions race through my mind, making it impossible to concentrate on anything else. Do not dwell overlong on such thoughts, and remember, you've helped as well as harmed. If you still doubt the righteousness of your actions, why not visit the ones you've saved? As boring as it'll be. Listening to Saber talk reminds me of something. The one I saved using my command seal to disrupt her elimination battle should be in the nurse's office right now. I wonder if she's alright. It might be a selfish thought on my part, but I wonder if going to see her will change anything. I should probably go to the nurse's office later and visit her. I mean, I may as well. I mean, I did kind of completely fuck up her chances of, winning the Holy Grail. Let's see, Enemy Matrix. We don't know anything about them other than her name is Little Ronnie and she is fucking terrifying. And I'm gonna make her go away now. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay, and apparently this is where we can listen to Saber's, like the next chapter of Saber's little story. So let's do that now, we may as well. How did it come to this? An hour ago, Saber said, "Oh, I just remember something, Praetor. Let me tell you a splendid story." And she's still going. Oh god, no. Oh no. Oh no. And so, the former male lover of the boy's adored tutor turned out to be the boy's absent father. One day, in a play for the king, the boy fully expressed his anguish at growing up an orphan. Wow, oh my god. His father was acting with him, and at the boy's divine performance, the father's heart exploded! Oh, you meant literally exploded! Oh my god! Jesus! Yet, as the father was the genius who begot a genius, he swallowed the blood and continued singing! What? 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 Oh my god! Thus, they sang in competition for 3 days, making the sky rumble with their might until they tired! Oh, what spectacular pomp! Enough so that I am willing to overlook the glaring plot holes! Saber is pretty passionate about this play. Must be your favorite. No, what?! That was merely the prologue. More intrigue is yet to come. I am never leaving this room. I am never leaving this room. We live here now. We live here now under Saber's rule. The plinking of the talented young boy's harp reached Persia. The Persian king longed to make the boy his, though the king himself was so handsome I nearly fell for him. But the boy's female lover had lost her little brother's life to the Persian king! To avenge her brother, she dropped some poison into the king's food at a party. Saber's story doesn't stop at one twist or two. No, there's a couple dozen twists, and over 100 characters bound by love and hate. Huh. I guess for there to be a couple dozen twists, all the characters have to be in an emotional orgy. The story is too long? There is no end in sight? Sheesh! Have you been paying any attention? We have reached the climax already! Why? How? You should know what happens next. The boy becomes king of Persia, of course. How? That's not how it works. There was no way I could have predicted that. The only plot arc that got resolved was the protagonist, and he wasn't even all that happy at the end. If that's the end of the story, then those 100 side characters are doomed to a bad ending. Oh no! Are you kidding me? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, as a thespian, as an actor myself, Deus Ex Machina was the dumbest thing that people ever came up with, because literally the reason for Deus Ex Machina, which is literally God in the machine, like basically at the end of a story, everything is bad, so then God comes down, I make everything better, snaps their fingers, everything is better, play is end, so the play can have a happy ending, even though there's no conceivable way for the play to have a happy ending. That's why it was created, so that people wouldn't feel depressed at the end of a play that was supposed to be sad. No, a god shows up and gives everyone a happy ending, a Deus Ex Machina! That's cheating! I don't know what era Saber is from, but Deus Ex Machina must be an old concept. It is, it's insanely old. More importantly, I know Saber pretty well from fighting alongside her for a while. For being a romantic and an idealist, she doesn't like fantasy. Is she okay with a Deus Ex Machina? Hmm? It is a staple of the theater, though I am not so fond of it. This is why I love her. That phrase in and of itself is why I love her. I prefer an ending where the many plots are resolved, yes. And without a god's intervention, human animosity and love cannot easily be erased. The playwright must have reached the end of his rope. But most writers know the tangled web of human emotions cannot be undone by humans themselves. So the Deus Ex Machina is an expression of hope. A last hope, to be sure. A mirage created by those on the verge of ruin wishing for a savior. It is just the kind of god that a ruler who tried to eradicate religion would like. The kind of god who only shows up when one is at their deathbed and has no other god to pray to. Saber finally stops speaking. She glances away sheepishly. That example at the end seemed too personal to be purely hypothetical. Yeah, Saber wasn't too fond of the idea of the gods and everything basically controlling her destiny and all that fun stuff. You know, so she kind of like rejected religion in a lot of ways. But then like on her deathbed, you know, she wishes that there had been a god that came down and saved her too, because the end of her, story was so tragic. And we'll get to that sometime in the future, we will. Yeah, you'll get Nero's backstory in this game, and it actually is like what happened to the actual like male Emperor Nero, just flavored a little bit differently at the end there, and I really like it. It's really good. Anyway, there's new stuff to buy in the commissary, so we're gonna go there next. In hell, money conquers all. Indeed it do. Indeed it do. Alrighty, so I bought all the formal wear that I could. Let me see. I need to go to the nurse's office so I can talk to Rin. I remember that. Oh my god, this guy survived? Holy shit! This is the guy who, like, his first opponent was disqualified. He fought once before, and now he survived again? Hey there. Actually, I don't know what I just saw. It was really weird. It looked like an anorexic party clown, but she looked at me like I was prey. Is that thing a master? That's a good question. Maybe I'll discover a reason for living behind these curtains in the nurse's office. Literally saying, Rin will now be my reason to live. It is my reason to live right now. What I discover is Rin Tosaka. Aww. Quietly nursing the wounds she received in her fight with Ronnie. What? You need something? Maybe you wanted to laugh at the broken mess I've become? No. Rin Tosaka's sharp tongue lashes out at me upon sight. It was no casual dig, but a barbed stab meant to injure. You think you saved me by jumping into my fight, don't you? I do. I think you both would have died. How arrogant. Thanks to your intervention, all my plans have come to nothing. I even lost my servant. I hope that makes you happy. It doesn't. I'm happy that you're alive, but that's about as far as it goes. Did I save her life in order to discover my own reason for living? She had a reason to risk her life for the Holy Grail. With my intervention, I managed to waltz in and cripple that reason. When I fall into silent prodding, Rin Tosaka glares at me and asks, just what are you? Intervening in someone else's battle disrupts the system in a serious way. Come on, think about it. Masters would form alliances and go 2-on-1 if they could. But they can't, and still somehow you did. If you're not using magic stronger than any I know, then it's hard to imagine, but your body must... What am I? My memories have yet to return, and fighting isn't bringing me any closer to finding a reason. The question is only natural. I'd like to know the answer. Well, if you don't know, then I guess you're a work in progress. But since you defeated me, you better be prepared to win your way through the tournament. After that, Rin Tosaka clams up and doesn't attempt to talk again. Our mutual silence is interrupted by my computer terminal's beeping. Ah, the cipher key. The first one's generated. I think it would be good to follow the prompt from my terminal and leave this place. Now let's get our weekly thing from Sakura. Oh, Sakura's lunch! Oh. Shut up! Go home already! Why would I go home? There's no home to go back to. That's weird of you to say that. Good day. Wait, that can't be Ronnie in front of me. I saw her get stabbed through the heart. The image of Lancer thrusting his weapon through Ronnie's heart comes, unbidden to my mind. As much as I want to forget that scene, it'll haunt me forever. But how? Is something the matter? Her voice, her appearance is the same as ever. It's as if nothing had happened to her. I wonder if she was resurrected, or just impervious to damage. Either option is disturbing. She seems to be above any normal limit. We must be cautious should we ever have to fight her. Ronnie's presence in front of me just rams home Saber's thoughts on her inhuman nature. Ronnie the Eighth. I hear she was Atlas's alchemist, but I'll learn more about that when the time comes to fight her. Seemingly oblivious to my bewilderment, she looks directly at me and says, Hakuno Kishi, who or what exactly are you? The sudden question catches me off guard. Even more disturbing is the fact that Tosaka asked me the same exact question. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be so worried about it. To find out what exactly I am, several people have asked me the same thing, and their curiosity is tinged with suspicion and unease. Am I really so different from the other masters? Any hacker's attempt to bypass the area's firewall should be recorded in the Atlas archives. I cannot find any record of any attempt to do so. Are you really a spirit hacker? Even with her speculation about my identity in the open, I still have no answer to give her. I was just playing along with Julius in order to spring his trap, but to ask me who I am. Let me guess. What you truly want is to find out who or what you really are. Am I correct? Yes, that's correct, exactly. I want to know. I want to know about myself. Very well. Allow me to give you this. A butterfly's delicate color, a snake eating its own tail. Acceptance is understanding. With that, Ronnie, the beautiful bespectacled girl, holds something out to me. A knife-shaped pendant? Take that with you into the arena and locate the anomalies that can be found there. Anomaly? What could that possibly... The anomalies are flaws in the arena's construction the system uses to make seraphs when needed. They are cracks in the world made by the system. They are a source of normally privileged data. Lapses in the system's protocols are referred to as distortions, things like cyber ghosts, etc. The knife pendant will allow you to access those distortions and extract any information. It's something I made after hearing so much about you, but it is by no means permanent. Distortions usually contain useful information. You may learn something to ease your concerns. But you must act. Take the pendant and find a distortion. It will then activate on its own. If my hypothesis is correct, you should find information in regards to your identity. A clue about my identity, huh? The opportunity to learn about myself would be worth any cost. I gratefully accept her gift, ignoring the potential for danger. Yeah, she's obviously our enemy at this point. I chose Rin over her, so I don't know why, I'm so fucking trusting of people. If I can find any clue about myself, the reward will outweigh the risks. I don't know if that's true, but if you die... In any case, I will give thanks. No need to thank me. The areas in the arena you will need to find will be shining. Now then, may the stars guide your true path. So I just need to take this with me into the arena and find those shining areas. Huh. To charge this item and find clues about myself, I will hunt down the arena's magic hotspots. Oh, it's you. I cannot believe that you managed to make it this far. Man, was I wrong about you. You might just be a memory, but you're still a Magus, it seems. Well... Yeah, and it looks like the girl down here didn't survive. Well, shit. So both her and her darling are out of the war now. And those two that were down this hallway are now gone. Hey, she's still here, okay. Hey, you have to fight that weird clown this time, right? I saw her earlier and wow, what a creep show. Yeah, thanks. I'm very aware of that. Oh my god. Hey, this guy's still alive. So, you're the hero of the nurse's office, huh? You look pretty laid back. Did you consider how risky it was to save a master like her? Jeez, that was uncalled for. That was my business, not yours. I came to the library hoping to glean even the tiniest speck of information about the enemy. All I accomplished was sinking my time into a fruitless quest. Suddenly my eyes stop on a book. The spine is white and textless. I feel drawn to it. I pull the book out and open it. Inside is the following. We must travel back to the last century to the discovery of a certain massive structure. An ancient artifact. Hailing from the distant past, formed by non-human technologies. In time, will become known as the Holy Grail. However, the nature of its makeup and construction remains mysterious, unknown to humanity. Remain mysteries unknowable to humanity. Okay. It is doubtful humans will ever unlock the secrets of the moon cell's unique construction. Hello, Leo and servant!
Konnichiwa.
Oh, you've discovered this book as well? At some point, Leo and his servant had walked up to me. It seems that book contains data that only masters of a certain level can access. Don't mind me. Enjoy the read. Leo's sudden appearance made me nervous, but I want to learn more about the Holy Grail. Before long, though, we learned the artifact was in operation. The Holy Grail observes the Earth. For eons, it has recorded activity on Earth. All of it. Even individual lives, ideologies, and souls. Holy Grail is an up-to-date second blueprint of the Earth. Some say it is a divine relic. Eons of life on Earth recorded? That's extraordinary. So extraordinary that I can barely process it. Surprised? That book is a mere introduction to the Holy Grail. The Harway family knows more. We Harways even know the material that composes the Holy Grail. Come back here if you're interested. Leo and his servant leave. Thanks, I didn't know that. I couldn't tell by them leaving the area. What's inside this book is just the tip of the iceberg? If that's the case, then what does he know? Oh, there's Leo. I was looking for him out in the hall, but he wasn't there.
Konnichiwa.
Welcome, Hakuno. What would you like to ask about? The discovery of the Holy Grail. That happened sometime last century, when humanity discovered an enormous structure in space. That relic from a time long past, what we call the Holy Grail, is the moon cell. So the moon cell is the Holy Grail itself. Either that or it was formed out of the Holy Grail, maybe. However, when discovered, mankind lacked the knowledge to truly comprehend its purpose. And to be honest, I despair that mankind will never be able to truly understand the reason why it exists. The technology used to create the moon cell is far beyond the strangest imaginings of mankind. And although we may never come to understand what it is, we do know what it's doing. The moon cell was created to observe Earth and has done so since the dawn of mankind. Every existence, all forms of life, histories, ideologies, even lives have been recorded and stored. Containing the whole of Earth's history, the moon cell can be seen as the world's blueprint. Some believe it to be the Holy Grail of the Seven Heavens, a relic that holds the answers to every question. Do you have any other questions? I do. The construction of the Holy Grail. The materials that comprise the Holy Grail can be found on Earth. Once we knew that, it was obvious. It was obvious that it'd be possible for us to replicate its functions as a recorder of all. The first ones to discover this fact was the shadowy void known as the Atlas Institute. Not long after, the Harway family and the group Rin Tosaka represents also became aware of this fact. The Holy Grail was made using a giant photonic crystal, the likes of which is beyond human technology. Photonic crystal is a mineral that can store light and is used in the manufacturing of nanomachines. We have nanomachines here? That would be an interesting thing. Its processing speed and near infinite storage capacity far exceeds all other technologies. My family is trying to replicate the Grail, but can only make a unit less than a centimeter in size. The Atlas Institute has been slightly more successful, but only by a very marginal percentage. However, the core of the moon cell, the Holy Grail if you will, is a much larger photonic crystal. The crystal in the Holy Grail is about 300 kilometers in length, holy fuck, and uses light as its storage medium. All of its high-level data control systems utilize light as well to transmit data and system commands. In short, it is so complex that, as far as humanity is concerned, it may as well be the mind of a god. Alright, the location of the Holy Grail. Don't we know that? It's the moon. Once the Holy Grail's location was revealed, everyone tried to claim it as their own. However, those of us from the Western plutocracy immediately put a stop to their machinations. If the Holy Grail were to fall into any hands other than the Harways, the chaos would be devastating. My family has always restricted new technology as we believe that technological prowess is unnecessary. Well, fuck you then! Oh my god, that's so stupid! We also stopped space exploration to keep others from physically landing on the Holy Grail itself. I'm sure you see it now. The Holy Grail currently orbits the Earth as what most people know as the Moon. Well, details about the Holy Grail War. Once the Western plutocracy learned this, we actively prevented the further exploration of space. However, there was one thing we could not stop: the intrusion of what are known as spirit hackers. Actually, mankind has been in contact with the moon cell on and off since the dawn of history. It seems that humans were always able to access it through their spirits, the souls, if you will. My guess is that the human soul is the one thing the moon cell can't observe passively. While the Holy Grail can observe any tangible phenomenon, the metaphysical seem to be beyond its capacities. That is why I think the moon cell chose to invite humans inside of it to come and teach it. That is how those known as Magi have been able to access the moon cell. And many do so without the sanctity or guidance of the Harway family. This world was made by the moon cell in order to interact with the spirits of the Magi who entered its system. Its official name is the Serial Phantasma, but it is more commonly known as the Seraph. The Holy Grail War is a melee for Magi who have come for the Holy Grail. Its ultimate purpose is to, in short, is a way to determine who is to have control of the artifact, the moon cell automaton, pardon me. Well, that was a huge lot of info there that we got. Is that so? I shall remain here a while longer, so if you do think of any questions, please come back here. Well, I don't really need to. I got all I need. Alrighty, although it'll be a little bit of a short episode, I think this is probably the best place to cut it for now before we go into there, because I know that, like, some big events are coming up, and, well, with everything we just did, I don't want to jump into anything. I wanted to try and keep what happened to, like, you know, Rin and Ronnie as its own separate, like, episode. So I'm not going to go too much further into this, at least not in this episode. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you being here with me. Next time, we're going to go and try to fulfill Ronnie's request and see if we can find out all these anomalies and maybe run into the creepy clown lady. I hope not. The creepy clown lady is super effed up and I don't want to deal with her. But I don't have much of a choice. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you being here with me. Next time we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna head into the arena and we're gonna deal with Ronnie's request and see what we can figure out about ourselves. So, if you're enjoying this as much as I am, as always, like, comment, subscribe it if you are not already. Ring that bell for all them notifications is. And until next time, have yourselves a beautiful day, my beautiful, beautiful viewers.